On most world maps, one country is often left missing entirely. New Zealand is arguably the most geographically isolated country from the rest of the world. New Zealand is a significant state. It has a good economy for its size and a population of over 5 million people. It is also a wealthy country, with a GDP per capita of over $48,000. The country, though, is not in the way of anyone or anything. Situated in the southern Pacific Ocean, it does not see any immediate threats from anyone, and thus, its military spending is a little over $1 billion. New Zealand, though, happens to be a very prosperous society, and is usually highly ranked on lists for the best countries to live in, and is considered one of the best democracies on earth. There are several reasons and factors that go into this, but one of those could be New Zealand's isolation. Being far away from any enemies or friends, it has no reason to build a large military to defend itself, nor any reason to support other large militaries throughout the world. Since it has no reason to get engaged with other militaries, that money can be put instead in other things, including social welfare and economic subsidies. Military-wise, it is also associated with the United States and Australia's military presence in the Western Pacific, so if anything were to happen, the country's enemies would likely have to face America and Australia before dealing with New Zealand. Having more money to spend on things like welfare, health, education, and finances is compounded by the fact that New Zealand has a comparatively tiny population of around 5 million people, with the GDP per capita of that population being around $48,000. This relatively wealthy and small population makes instability less likely and helps in making ruling New Zealand less difficult. This is all helped by a strong economy with an expensive currency, making items from New Zealand cost more and thus bringing more money to New Zealand, as well as a competitive free market with a large agriculture industry. New Zealand is often admired for how prosperous of a democracy it is, and although some of the reasons may be out of individuals' hands, a decent amount of them are definitely our choice to implement or not.